Okay, so for a stiff-legged, narrow stance sumo deadlift, that's a lot of words. But what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to set your stance up so that it is just outside shoulder width, so that when you go to grab the bar, that your hands will be uh, just inside the leg just outside the hands. You are also going to want to make it so that when you set up, that your shins are right against the bar. And so what we're gonna do from here is, as you see, I'm gonna keep my hips high and legs fairly straight as I go down to grab the bar. It's fine if your back rounds here. And then what we're going to want to do is after we grab that bar, we're going to want to pull ourselves into position with the back. So did you notice how my back just arched there? But I'm keeping my shins fairly vertical. And it's going to feel like you have to really kind of sit back for this variation. So if your shins actually feel like they go from being vertical to being actually more at an angle backwards, that is actually completely fine. And so once we set our tension by pulling the chest through, we should feel a crap ton of pressure and load in our hamstrings. What we also want to do while we do that is we want to drive our knees out slightly, and we'll really feel those hamstrings light up. So by this point, I have gotten a lot of tension on my hamstrings, and I'm just going to try to drive the floor straight down. And so again, with the stiff-legged variation here, it is going to be a lot more in the hamstrings, a little bit more in the lower back. So you're going to be a little bit weaker than you would say for your normal sumo deadlift. So I highly suggest that you start off with some bumpers. The other thing that I want to point out is that if you cannot get into this position with a flat back, then so like let's see right there on the edge, if you can't get into this position, maintain a flat back throughout this, then what I would want you to do is I want you to actually put the weight on some sort of elevation.